Well, good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. Y'all, I'm excited about today's topic, which is visions. If anybody knows me, you know I'm a visionary, and I want to talk about visions today. So, welcome. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the podcast. Go ahead and put in the comments our affirmation for the podcast, which is I walk in the wisdom of the Lord, because you are walking in the wisdom of the Lord. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Diane. Beautiful Diane. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. Good morning, Felicia. Good morning, Chanel. Good morning, Kesia. All right, y'all know what to do. So it is a fabulous, beautiful Saturday here in Atlanta. I don't know where you're tuning in from, but chime in and let us know what city, what state you are repping this morning. Let us know where you are tuning in from across the world. Of course, we know we got Atlanta's in the house. And I want to say Texas is in the house, right? I think Texas is in the house. So, good morning, everybody. Listen, we're not going to hold you long, but we're going to hit you with the 1-2 with this visionary little excerpt from Rashana 101. Okay, because when I tell you this is the topic that I live for, because I am a visionary. I was a visionary when I was coming out of my mother's womb. Okay, I came out seeing. Yeah, I came out seeing. I came out dreaming. I came out believing God. Let me tell you, I can't think of a time that I didn't believe for greater. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I can't think of a time where I didn't believe for greater. From the beginning of my life, all I can remember is me believing for greater. Yes. And so that's what visionaries are. They're people that entertain their dreams and live by their dreams. So a lot of people have vision or visions, but they don't believe or live in their dream. I'm a person that if God gives it to me and I see it, I believe it, and I begin to live in my dream. So I want those of you that are watching us, of course, we want y'all to tag and share really quick and let everybody know that the podcast is on. It's a Saturday, beautiful Saturday morning, and we are walking in the wisdom of the Lord. And today we're going to talk about visions and how important it is for you to believe in your visions and to live in your vision. So, what separates a person from a visionary? I think the only dividing line is visionaries live in their visions. They take their visions and they believe that it is their reality. They, when they see it, they believe it, and they start aligning their life to what they saw, whether it was a glimpse, a dream, or something that was detailed or something that was distorted. If they get a piece of it, they're like, oh Lord, I believe you. And I believe that God gives vision to inspire us, because I believe that's what visions are. You know, they are inspiring messages from God. Okay. God is trying to inspire us, give us hope, excitement when He gives us visions. Okay. And so today, let's go to the word. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Carrington. Yes, San Antonio's in the house. North Carolina's in the house. San Antonio, Texas is in the house. Yes, yes, yes. My sister Chantel is in the house. She's all the way in Louisiana, my hometown. Welcome, Sean. All right. So let's share and tag y'all. We got to get these people on here. We got to get the community on here. They don't know I'm on. They don't know I'm on. Um, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. You know what I think happened? And some of y'all know, y'all like, I know why she happy. Honey, when I walked in one of those venues yesterday, I said, thank you, Lord. You have awakened me in a whole nother place of vision. Like, sometimes exposure will stir up and activate vision in you. And I just remember going to the same venue months ago to posture myself in a retreat with Apostle Yolanda Stiff, which is an amazing apostle, so anointed. And I believe that God not only exposed me to her anointing and her mantle, but God exposed me to the future of where I would host my event, the Heal, Bloom, and Build conference this year. And so God just, sometimes I think we underestimate when God tells us to go to a place, and God sees us, and our spiritual senses are open, and we're thinking we're there for one reason, but there's a plethora, there's dimensions of reasons why we're there. And if we aren't careful, we'll miss the other messages. Somebody say, don't allow me to miss the other messages. We got one message, but how about God is speaking several, multiple messages? Somebody say, I need the multiple messages, God. Give me the streams of messages that you want me to receive. And so I believe that not only was my spiritual eyes being awakened when I went to the conference, but also the ability for me to believe for a different venue and a different space to host what I do for women in a beautiful, curated, upscale place. I believe God planted that without me knowing. Y'all, this is already good. Already good. God was planting. Even though I knew I was being stretched spiritually, I went there to receive. I went there to be awakened in my walk with the Lord, in my mantle. I went to connect to women of like precious faith. But also there were other things that God was speaking to my spirit that I only realized later. Yeah. So pay attention to the messages that God is giving you, because there sometimes a vision can show up in a strong burning desire, right? It can show up in a strong burning desire because you were there. You were there, and now you envision yourself in a expansive, bigger, more prosperous place. And I think that God exposed me to not only the person, but the environment to show me my future. And when I believe that and I take hold of that as my reality, it comes to pass. When I tell you, I'm going to tell the testimony later. Okay. Once we post, because it's we got a couple of more tweaks to finalize, and then you guys will get to see the venue. But the point I'm trying to make is God is speaking several multiple messages to us when we open ourselves up to new environments. Okay. Sometimes we think it's one dimensional, but it's multidimensional. There's many messages that God is speaking to you, and we just have to believe and receive it by faith. Okay. Good morning, Akila. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep this up here. When we look at the scripture, so Proverbs 29, we are day 29. We have 2 more days. Tomorrow is at 10 o'clock. And then Monday morning, I think I'll come on live on video and do the last finale day. Okay. So Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keeps the law, happy is he. And so we want to focus on, did I say 29, 1b? No, it's 29 and 18. Okay. So where he says there is no vision, the people perish. Let's look at this. Of course, vision comes from God. Okay. And visions are inspired messages from God. But many of us don't know that we are receiving these subliminal and spiritual messages all the while we're sitting in places. And these snapshots and these glimpses of what God says belongs to us in the future, we either agree with it or we denied access. And I want y'all to know, maybe you've been denying access to vision, because as soon as it comes in your mind, or you have that thought, you pull it down, you cancel it, you deny it access. You denied access into your world. You denied access into your mind and your imagination. But what if you entertain the vision? What if you entertain what God was showing you? What if you believed what you saw for yourself in the future, because that's what God said belonged to you in the next coming days, in the next coming months, in the next coming years, right? So vision is something that God uses to inspire us. And we also get instructions from God that carry great purpose and his will. So when God gives you a vision, it's also God saying, this is what I believe for you. This is what I see you in. This is what I'm hoping that you will gravitate toward. This is what I'm hoping you will take on and agree with. This is what I'm hoping you'll believe me for. Oh, this is so good to my soul. This is what I'm hoping you'll believe me for. Y'all put that in the comment. Vision is what God is communicating to you. This is what I'm hoping you'll believe me for. God has a hope that we'll believe him for the vision that he's revealing. And he's saying, listen, I hope you'll believe me for this. I'm hoping that you'll take this and just grab a hold to this thing and believe that I'm ready and willing to give this to you. So visions can also be intimate messages from God. It can be something that God wants to communicate with us about what we need to do, what we need to change, what we need to come out of agreement with. It could be something that we need to stretch ourselves and expect. So vision is not just about, I saw myself by the beach, with a drink in my hand. I saw myself on a cruise ship. But vision is about the symbolic will of God for your life. God may show you a vision of you resting by the pool or resting by the beach, but he's saying in that vision, yes, physically, I want you to enjoy life, but spiritually, I'm bringing you to a season of rest. Spiritually, I'm bringing you into a place where you'll enjoy the fruit of your labor. Spiritually, I want you to trust me to let go of all of your inhibitions and rest from your toil, because this next season, you're going to be able to enjoy what you've worked so hard for. There's always messages in vision, whether you see it originally or immediately or not. God always is going to infuse a message in vision. Okay, always. And so he's saying, I just want you to hope. I'm hoping that you're going to believe me for this. Okay, I'm hoping, because God has a hope as well. Okay, when we see a vision, it should be written down, okay, and documented as soon as possible while the details are fresh. And so, believe it or not, y'all, a lot of the things, including the Bloom experience, including the podcast that you are actually enjoying right now, was a vision from God. I was in prayer. Most of the time, the ideas I get are, originate in prayer. And I just said, okay, God, I'm going to do it. I'm going to entertain you. I'm going to believe you. I'm going to agree with the hope that you have for me. And so if you said it, I'm going to move forward with it. And so I created this podcast. As a result of that, the Lord has given me and stretched me to a new place that he wants me to initiate, and he wants me to plant myself in. And I'm super excited about it. I've also, as a result of me entertaining this vision that God gave me to do 31 days as in the form of a podcast, he has shown me the power of collaboration with my peers, with my colleagues, with women and men of faith, and how this is something that is not just about me, but it's about sharing my community and my contacts and my colleagues and the power and the mantles that's on their life with the people that are in my community. Because you not only need me, but you need them as well. You need God, and this is so good, because God says, I'm stretching not only you, but your community. Have y'all felt stretched? Like, have you felt that during this 31 days or this 29 days so far that you've been stretched? You've been exposed to people that have heightened you, that have awakened you, that have spoken directly to you, that have inspired you, that have communicated messages that you needed to hear, that have created vision for you. Right? So not only have I been stretched, but when I share and do what God has called me to do in the vision that he gave me, the people that I'm connected to, they get stretched as well. Okay. So I believe that you have been stretched prophetically. I believe that God has stretched your mindset. He stretched your spiritual womb. He's stretched your faith. He's even stretched the way you seek him. You know, he's stretched the way you believe and how you see yourself. He stretched, your ability to show up, your ability to be consistent and focused, your ability to have a new desire, a new appetite for the things of God. Y'all just put in the comments how has God stretched you? Like over the last 29 days, I want y'all to share. We got time this morning. We're not going to stay on long, but how has God stretched you these last 29 days? How? In what area? I really want to know, because I know I've been stretched, but I didn't realize until recently you guys were being stretched, that y'all needed more than just to be exposed to me, right? So when God gives you vision, he brings hope and expectation for your next. So he's saying without vision, men perish. In other words, he's saying you don't die physically, but you lose direction. You have no direction. You have no compass in life. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Karen just says it stretched my confidence and my ability. Yeah. Yeah. So, maybe you're saying, well, Dr. Rashana can get up with allergies and congestion. I can show up. I can show up. There's nothing wrong with me. And if she can do it on a podcast, I can do it in my business. I can do it in my ministry. I can do it the way I impact other people. I can do this, right? Because God always uses us to sharpen each other. Okay. Yeah. Getting out of my comfort zone. Yeah. So he's saying vision, without vision, he said men perish. In other words, men lose direction. They walk around life with no compass. They walk around life with no expectation of the future. They walk around life with no plan to execute. They walk around with no guidance to build anything. They're waiting on someone else to build something so that they can sit on the boat. And y'all know we talked about that boat yesterday. You waited on somebody to build a boat that you can sit on, instead of being a partaker and building the boat. So somebody, I need y'all on here to tell me, I've been helping you build this boat, Dr. Rashana. We've been building the boat together. Put that in the comments. We've been building this boat together, because listen, it wasn't just Noah that was building the boat. His family was helping him build the boat. In other words, the people that believed that his vision was something that God spoke, they put some tools in their hand and they helped him build. He didn't build that boat by himself. There were people in his family that helped him build that boat. And I believe over the last 29 days, we have been building a boat. Yes, we've been building a boat for us, and also people that right now may not have the faith, but they need to have something to sit on or stand on. Yeah. Wow. Wow, Felicia. So good. Yes, we've been building this boat together. Yeah, we've been building this boat together. So perish does not mean to die in the scripture, but it means to lose direction. I always say that purpose is God's plan in my journey. So God has a purpose, and y'all know I always say purpose is not a place, it's not a destination. It is who you are. It is who God meant you to be from the beginning, because purpose is God's idea about me. Okay. And if this is something that you need to recite to yourself, to affirm to yourself, I need y'all to put that in the comments as well. Purpose is God's idea about me. Purpose is not what you do, it's who you are, right? Because what I do may fall off. What I do may change. I may pivot in what I do. I may start that thing and then God say, okay, you're gonna do that for 2 years, and you're not gonna stop doing that. You can't lose yourself in what you do, but you got to know who you are. And I believe that purpose is us really year by year, experience by experience, process by process. It is us getting to the most authentic version of who God always meant us to be. And so purpose is not a place, it's a person. It is the person that God intended for you to be, right? You might say, well, I feel like a weakling, but God say, honey, you're more than a conqueror. I'm waiting on you to believe what I say about you. Yeah, purpose is God's idea about who I am. Okay. And we're always stretching. That's why you're never finished. Come on, Diane. You're never finished because purpose is never something that you can put down. Somebody say, I'm never putting down my purpose. Purpose is something you can never feel like you can put down. Why? Because purpose is not a place, it's not an accomplishment. It is a state and a posture of being who you are. And I'll never stop making myself my own biggest assignment. I'll never stop working on myself. I'll never stop wanting to be a better version of myself. I'll never stop looking to improve myself and how I live my life and how I represent God. And I'll never stop expecting God to expand like Jabez, my borders and my coast. I will never in the journey of being a better me because I am my biggest assignment. And I yield the biggest harvest that I will ever see. The biggest harvest that I will ever see will come from my own field, not from somebody else's. Yeah, y'all talking back to me this morning. Yeah. 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 That's why we cannot get entangled in accolades. We cannot get entangled because y'all let me let me help y'all real quick. There were some things that I've been doing this, and Chantel is a witness because we've been knowing each other for now over 30 years. Over 30 years. I started out doing things just strictly out of obedience. Strictly out of obedience. Actually, I started doing what I do now because it was the only way I felt alive. It was my only fire. It was my only excitement that I had. It was the only thing that I looked forward to. You know, it was the only thing that brought me fulfillment. And I stayed true to that thing. And I was like, you know what, God, nobody got to pay me because it's something that happens on the inside of me when I do what you call me to do. Y'all, I'm about to inspire some people this morning. There's something, it's something that stir on the inside of me when I start doing what you tell me to do, God. Ain't nobody paying me yet. This was back in the, late 1990s in 2000, like 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2000, just walking on up, take the journey with me. And I found, I'm like, Lord, this is the only thing that puts a blaze under me. And I felt like my pay was the passion. My pay that I was feeling like I had something that I had that connected me with God, something that sparked me. That was my pay. The spark was my pay because I wasn't drowning in my own, monotony. I wasn't drowning in my own day-to-day, routine. There was something on the inside of me that I couldn't explain that I experienced when I operated in what God told me he wanted me to do for his kingdom. And I wasn't getting paid to do it, y'all. I was working on somebody else's job. Okay. And God kept telling me, but this is the journey that I have for you. This is what I want you to do. And no, you ain't getting paid, but you're getting paid in another way. There's some things that's happening in you. The wheels are turning. There's some things in motion. And I just need you to stay true to what you do for me. I just need you to stay close to that passion. I need you to be true and be dedicated to staying in this place of passion because your passion going to pay you one day. Yeah, your passion is going to pay you one day. Somebody say my passion is going to pay me. Yeah, if you do it long enough, if you love your passion, if you stay true to your passion, eventually God will show you how to make your passion pay you. He will. Yeah. Your passion will pay you. And but you have to take the journey because purpose is God's plan. But God's plan unfolds as we trust and believe him for the next steps. Purpose is us becoming who God needs us to be so that he can trust us with our next. So many people saying, well, I want my next. I'm ready for my next. But have you done the work for God to trust you with your next? Have you become your next before you expect to see your next? See, we want the next assignment. We want the next big tax bracket. But have you become that person that matches the next that you're asking God for? Have you become the next version of who God is pulling on? God is pulling on a new version to come out of you. And he's saying, you asking for the next, but have you become the next? I'm looking for the next version. I'm looking for the version that's more persuaded and convinced that she's called by me. That I've equipped her, that I've anointed her, that I've called her, that I have partnered with her. Like, I'm looking for that version. And until I find her, she can't even complete the assignment. So why would I give it to her? Your next is not going to make you rise to the occasion. You have to become before you receive. Right? So we're waiting for God to release something that we have to become first. Yeah. He's saying you got to become it. It's got to be a match like Uno. Like this is spiritual Uno. It's got to be a match, honey. And it was not until I realized that the life that I desired, that I had not become that version that could live that life that I was asking for, that God said, skirt, honey, now, baby. You want something that you've been operating on a low level for, but it's a high blessing. Yeah. This is another level. And you are still dragging the ground. You still are on the bottom level, but you're asking for a high level blessing. You have not put enough positive pressure on yourself. No. So what we're going to do, we're going to match what we're asking for, Carrington. We're going to match what we're asking for. We're going to match what we're expecting God to do in our lives. So now it cannot be denied. Oh, yeah. You have to be compatible with what you're praying for. Y'all, hey, God getting us this morning. He wants us to be compatible, and we're getting off in 1 minute and 48 seconds. He wants us to be compatible with what we're praying for. He says, otherwise, I can't release it because your prayers will overtake you. If I give it to you without you becoming, your prayers will overtake you. And I'm not going to embarrass you by giving you something that you're not ready to carry. You're not ready to hold on to and have longevity in. Do you know that I believe that the Lord withholds things that he knows that we want for now? But God says, I don't want it for you now. I'm ready to make this a lifestyle for you. And how many of us can hold up our hands and say, God, you know what? Just give me a taste of it. It ain't got to last for a long time. I just want to know how I feel. But God said, no, I don't want you to just taste it. I want you to make it a lifestyle. I want this to be your new normal. So I can't afford to give you a taste of something that you won't be able to handle as your life. Right? Yeah, it's no more taste testing, no more window shopping. Ooh, yeah. God is not a window shopping God. God say, stop. I ain't teasing you. I don't want to give you a taste of this caviar life and then take it back and say, now you ain't ready. This, you can't have this. I just wanted you to see if you could taste it, to see if you liked it. God said, no. If I let you taste it, I mean it for you to come into agreement with it so that you can align your life with what you see and what you tasted. So I do believe that God will say, oh, okay, let me give you a taste of something, but it's only because that he wants that to be your new normal. Yeah. He's saying, if I give you a taste of something that I want you, he even says in his word, oh, taste and see. He's saying, taste me. Because if you taste me, you'll never go back to your old life. If you taste me, you'll never serve another God. If you taste me, I will become your new normal. You will be addicted to me because you'll see that I'm good. He's saying, if you taste me, if you just get a little bit, if you just get a glimpse of me for real, you'll never serve another God. You'll never bow your knee to another statue, to another some energy, to a crystal, to some sage. If you just taste me, you'll never go back. Y'all know what they say about black? Look, once you taste the black, you never go back. Y'all know I gotta use a little humor. I heard my dad is speaking in my ear. Once you go black, you never go back, honey. Yeah. And God said, once you taste me, you'll never go back. Truly taste it, you never go back. You never serve another God. You'll never desire something that can't satisfy. Never. Because I'm so good in just that taste. There's so much in just a small part that you take in when you taste me that it'll blow your mind. That'll blow your mind. All right, y'all. God got us today. So it's up to you to seek direction in order to operate in your gift. Become more aware of how you use your gifts to walk in purpose. So, of course, God gives us our gifts that show us who we are. Your gifts are attributes of your purpose. Now, let me slow walk this. I know I said we were getting off, but now I got to slow walk y'all on this. Okay. So your gifts are aligned to your personality. Okay. God gave you a gift because he's saying this gift is showing you and mirroring who you are. Why do we try to separate what God has given us in the form of a gift from who we are? Honey, God gave you a powerful gift, but you look at yourself like you're a weakling. And God said, how can that be that you separate your gift from your purpose? Because your purpose is my idea about who you are. And that's how I see you. But you bring this dividing line between your gift and how you see yourself. So there needs to be some work in the identity department, because I gave you this gift and your gift cannot separate from you, or you cannot separate from your gift. So I'm mirroring how powerful you are through giving you this supernatural gift. Oh, yeah. So I learned, if God told me you're my mouthpiece, I had no business sitting in a corner with a muzzle on my mouth, thinking that I was unworthy. If God told me that I was his spokesperson and that he was sending me to nations to unlock things in their belly and to draw them closer to him, how dare me look at myself as someone that God couldn't use, and that I was always waiting on someone else to be my rescuer when God had given me a word in my mouth to help other people. Okay, no, this doesn't match, God, right? So make sure you're aligning your purpose, which is your God's idea about you, your identity. Your purpose is your identity, but your gift is how God displays how he wants to use you through that supernatural gift that mirrors who you are to him. Okay. They are glimpses. Your visions are glimpses of your reality if you come into agreement with it. All right. So today's affirmation, because I know y'all got to clean up. I know you got to clean up. I got to clean. I have to go grocery shopping. I'm going to work in my yard today. I'm going to work on putting my patio furniture together. And I'm just going to have me a glorious good old time at my house and rest this weekend, right? So I understand Saturdays are precious. Let's do our affirmation for today. Lord, I thank you for the visions you have shown me. I believe they are my future. The big vision you have given me will not be aborted or delayed. I come into agreement with every God-given vision for my life, and I expect it to unfold as I move forward. Your wisdom coaching note is: write one of your visions below in detail and commit to taking the steps to come to see them come to pass. Okay. And so, of course, I have a vision that God gave me, and I am working on that right now. I am working on that right now. Y'all put your takeaways. I'm going to read a few and highlight a few, and I'm going to tell y'all just a few announcements, just in case you missed the intro of the video. So we've got some things coming up as you guys are putting in your takeaways from today. What stood out? What hit your spirit? What are you putting in your pocket, as Apostle Frank would say? What are you putting in your pocket today, honey? What's your takeaway? As I'm giving you guys the announcement. So On Monday is our last day. I will probably be video on camera. That will be our last finale day. Tuesday, we will do prophetic push and pick up the series, the sheep, the silver, and the sun. So I want you guys to tag, share, and look for the notification at 7:00. We will be live for prophetic push. I'm super excited to talk about the silver. If you haven't watched the sheep episode, you need to go back in down my timeline and watch the sheep, because it's all going to make sense. It's coming from Luke 15. Also, Honey and I are expanding our marriages ministry platform. And on next Saturday, which is April the 5th, we are going to be interviewing the hosts of For Richer for Poor podcast, Dr. Damon and Prophetess Shantae Smith. They are going to be with us next Saturday at 10:00. On the podcast, and we're going to be talking about all things marriage, because your marriage is a ministry. And so I want you guys to tune in and make sure that you are present for that. Also, what else did I have coming down the pipeline? You guys can look for ticket sales to open up for Heal, Bloom, and Build this coming week. And also, I'm going to be hosting a webinar called Discover Her, which is going to be a free webinar. It's a coaching webinar to help women reclaim their vision, voice, and value, and really align themselves with God's idea about who they are, so that they can walk in their kingdom identity. And so it's a 1-day hour webinar. Is totally free, but it's actually there for women of faith that know they need to discover a new version of themselves, so that they can walk in the fullness of what God has called them to walk in. Okay. And so look out for that. Send it to your friends and let them know that we're going to have an amazing time during Discover Her. Okay. Later on today, Shy Baby, Shy Baby and me are going to be going live. It'll probably be around, I'm going to say about 12:30 or 1:00. We're going to go live and let you guys know what we have in stock. We are going to put our hoodies on sale for $25. We do this once a year, but it's only going to be for this weekend. Whatever we sell from today and tomorrow, we're getting rid of it. We have a few sweatshirts in every size. Not a lot of stock, but a few. We have some of the wine, we have some of the yellow, we have some of the cashmere brown color, and we have some black, but we're getting rid of them for $25. So if you know you need some for next winter, go ahead and get those on sale. They haven't been marked down yet, but at 12, when we go live, they will be on sale, and you will be able to get them from the website. If you order 4, you'll get free shipping. If you order 1, they'll be $25 plus regular shipping, flat rate of $9.97. Okay. All right. Let's read these takeaways. Chanel says, my gift are attributes of my purpose. My gifts are aligned to my personality. Yes, ma'am. You got it. You got it. Chantel says, I'm becoming my next. Yes, you are, ma'am. Yes, you are. My personality matches my gift. Yes, honey. Yes, you are the lion. You are the lion, Carrington. Ooh, I'm going to match what I'm asking God for. Yes, I'm going to match what I'm asking God for. Yes, the double Smiths. You're going to get a double dose of the Smiths next Saturday. Yes, Kiwana. Yes, Kiwi. Yes, that's Eastern Standard Time. So it's 9:00 Central. Yeah. Yeah. All right, y'all. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's podcast. I hope that you guys have a great and amazing Sunday. Tomorrow, I will be on at 10:00, probably on my way to church. Because I'm excited about getting in the house and hearing what God has to release through the mouths of the people that He has put in position to release the word. And so we have 2 more days, tomorrow and Monday, and we're going to make sure that we complete it with a bang. All right, we got 1 more, Felicia. I will be compatible with what I'm asking God for. Yeah, God said, you got to be compatible, honey. I'm looking for a match. All right. I love you guys so much. Remember, if you guys need me for anything, you need a coach, you're ready to heal and really discover who God called you to be, you need an identity and healing coach, I'm just 1 clarity call away. Okay. Make your appointment with me. It's a free 15-minute call, and we'll make sure that we put you where you need to be, or if I can help you, we'll make sure that we do that. But I want you guys to gear up, especially for Heal, Bloom, and Build, because it's going to be an amazing weekend. 2.5 days of information, impartation, and revelation, and you will not leave the same. Okay. I love you guys. Have a great Saturday. God bless. Bye bye.